What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be diving into the new MAC Patrick Starrr collection for fall. If you are not aware, MAC has been doing a series of 4 collections, one for each season of the year with Patrick Starrr. I have reviewed them all so far. If you have not seen them, I will link the winter, spring, and summer ones down below in the description. But in case you're new here, fall is my favorite season and I am really ready for some fall makeup. There are 2 versions of the collection. One is called Oh No She Betta Don't, and that is the more like daytime one, more neutral one, and the one that I have is called Boy About Town. It's definitely more vampy, more evening appropriate, and a little bit more, in my opinion, exciting. I'm really glad that they sent me that one of the 2 because that's like where my bread is buttered, you know? Before we get started, just so you know, everything that I use today will be linked in the description down below. Anything that you need to know about the price of this, the release dates, all of that will be listed down there as well. Basically, always, anything you ever need to know about my videos will be listed in the description, and if they're not, it's because I forgot, so yell at me and then I will add it. I'm looking forward to diving into getting this look done, so let's not delay. But before we get started, please do not forget to leave a like on this video if you don't mind, because that really helps me out and I would really appreciate it. And if you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe because I would love to have you stick around, and if you wait till later, you might forget and everybody will be really sad. That's not good. Nobody wants to be sad. Let's rewind back in time to a moment when I didn't have all of this makeup on my face already and get started playing with the Patrick Starrr for MAC Boy About Town Fall Kit. The theme for the MAC Patrick Starrr Fall Collection is called Destination Diva, and it comes in 2 sets. All of the MAC Patrick Starrr collections have come in like little kits and sets so far, which I think is a really nice idea. I have the Boy About Town version. The packaging for the kit looks like this. It is, I think, beautiful and chic and so perfect for fall. It's giving me very equestrian vibes. It almost feels like Louis Vuitton. It's very chic. Very chic. I got a little MAC Patrick Starrr hashtag tag in there, which is really cute. This is the Boy About Town 4-color eyeshadow quad. It has a tan shade, a gold shade, kind of like a sable brown gray shade, and a nice burgundy matte as well. So it's 3 mattes and 1 shimmer. And the lip product that comes in this kit is one of the MAC Retro Matte Liquid Lipsticks in the color Patty Pout. The kit retails for $18.50. No. According to the info send out that I have here, the entire kit is only $18.50, which I feel like, I don't know if that's a mistake, but that's a really good price for both of those products, if that is correct. I can't see how that would be. I don't think I'm misreading that. I feel like it should be more. I feel like the other kits were more, but the other kits did have more items in them too. So I could double check and I will put like the absolute definite price down below in the info box if you're curious. But according to this, the whole kit is only $18.50 American, $22 Canadian. I'm not really sure where I'm gonna take this look just yet, but let's zoom in and get started playing with this kit and see where it goes. I'm gonna start by dipping into the color Head Over Heels, which they describe as a mid-tone warm brown. To be honest, I don't feel like that's a warm brown at all. That looks like a neutral brown to me, even leaning toward a little bit cool. But we're not gonna pay any attention to that, and we're just gonna go in with MAC 217 brush, and I'm gonna start spreading that throughout my crease. I'm gonna pack it in with a MAC 217. I'm gonna bring it up pretty far on the lid so that I can later maybe create a faux crease. I haven't really decided yet if I wanna do that. I've been doing it a lot lately. I don't want that to get repetitive for you guys in tutorials, but I just feel like it's such a nice effect and I just kind of keep wanting to do it, especially with like these more glam shades. I feel like it just looks so nice. By the way, that is going on super pigmented, super quickly. The color looks less cool when I apply it to the eye, but I still would not call that a warm brown, like by any stretch of the imagination. Just gonna take a clean blending brush, doesn't really matter what kind you use, and just blend the edge of that out just to soften it. Next, I'm going to pick up this burgundy brick red kind of shade down here called I'm Into It on a Real Techniques shading brush. And I'm going to pack that onto the outer and inner portion of the mobile lid. That's definitely a lot more blackened and less reddish when you put it on the eye. It's very pigmented and it's going on nice and smooth. I'm just going to pick up the same MAC 217 brush that we used to apply it and just tickle those two shades together to get a soft, even blend. I have to say though, they just kind of blended together pretty much automatically. Like I barely even really had to do anything and they just made sense together. They were like, oh yeah, here we are. Bing. I also have to make note that I'm getting very little fallout so far, which I always say fallout is not a make or break part of the deal in my opinion, but it's nice when you don't have to worry about it. Now that that color is down on the lids, I want to create a spotlight in the center. I know we just did something similar to this recently, but it is going to be a little bit different than that look. So it won't be super repetitive, but it's definitely a similar technique. So sorry for repeating techniques on you, but this is kind of what I've been into lately. So that kind of bleeds over into the tutorials that you guys get. I'm going to use the Kat Von D Brow Pomade, but this time I'm going to use the color Bleached, which is more of a beige. I'm going to pick that up on a flat brush. This is the MAC 242S. I'm going to load the brush up with it, and then I'm going to wipe it on the back of my hand to emulsify the product a little bit, get it to move a little bit better. Also, I like to get it on both sides of the brush so the brush gets nice and flat and I can just really like push it into place. So I'm just going to put that in the center. Sometimes if I feel like I need to get a little bit more precise, I'll go in on a very small brush. This is Sigma EO6 wing liner brush. Next, I'm going to pick up a small flat brush. This is a Thrive Cosmetics Eyeliner Smudge brush, but we are not going to use it for either of those things today. And I'm going to pick up the shade Prima Donna, which is the only shimmer in this palette. And I'm going to press that over the area where I put down that whitish base. Next, I'm going to pick up a pencil brush and a little bit more of the shade I'm Into It. I'm going to tap that over the edge of where we put down that champagne shade and just use that to blend it into the surrounding shade and also to just change the shape of it until it has the flattering kind of halo shape effect that we like in a look like this. If you need to, you can go back and forth between this and the champagne color. Next, I'm going to pick up a clean Sigma EO6 brush, and I'm going to go back into the shape Head Over Heels, which is the mid-tone brown, and I'm going to put a little bit of that above where we ended that gold shade just to define it and define the shape of the top of that and bring it back into the shape of the entire eye look. So I did the other eye and I went ahead and concealed underneath my eyes, which was stupid because I just realized that I want to add more to the lid, but we'll try to make it work. We'll try not to make a mess. We haven't had a lot of fallout yet. I think we're going to be okay. I'm going to pick up a little bit of this black and brown shade called Dance in the Dark on a pencil brush. This is a Sigma E30. I'm just going to use that on the outermost corner just to deepen that up just a little bit. I was going to use this underneath. I decided I'd rather continue more of the burgundy shade underneath and use this to deepen the lid. So now, since this burgundy shade kind of reads as very on the brown side, I want to add a little bit more of a burgundy color back in, so I'm going to go into the waterline with the Makeup Geek pencil in the color Plumeria, which I don't think they make anymore, which makes me really sad because I love this color. But I'm going to do that on the outer portions of the waterline. And for the center portion, I'm going to go in with the NYX Glide On Slide On pencil in the color Glitzy Gold. Picking up a clean pencil brush that has a little fuzzy on it. Hey, get out of here. Now it's a clean pencil brush. And I'm going to go back into the shade I'm Into It again. And I'm going to pack that on the outside and the inside and leave the center for a little bit more gold. Just bringing that out and making sure that I extend it enough that it connects with the top portion of the smokiness. but I'm going to take the same MAC 217 brush that we initially used in the crease, and I'm just going to use that to blend out the edge of that color super, super gently all the way around to the top again. I'm going to go back into the Kat Von D Brow Pomade in the color Bleached, this time on a little tiny eyeliner brush. This is an e.l.f. eyeliner brush that I like to use for like creamy products like this. I'm just going to place that. It's kind of hard to do this, but I'm going to just go underneath my lower lashes, which is like, feels so freaking weird, and just place it down right there. And with a clean pencil brush, like a really tiny little makeup geek one, I'm just going to blend it real quick. Taking a small flat brush, this is almost like a lipstick brush, it's so small. I think it's a MAC 228S, I can't tell because the number wore off, but I think that's the number it is. I'm just gonna dip that back into Prima Donna, which I think might be called Overpacked Prima Donna. I can't, that's a long name, but it seems like the name was Overpacked Prima Donna. I'm just gonna pack that over where I put down that whitish beige. And picking up my pencil brush that I used for the dark burgundy shade, is going back in and blending that and fixing the shape of it a bit again. Okay, I went ahead and popped on the Noirella lashes from Rouge and Rogue. I've been really liking these lately, and they're something that I find pairs well with a round smoky look like this, but also with a winged look because they're like a little flared, but not too much. I normally would never go and put anything more on my lid after I already put my lashes on, but I kind of really want to use one of the MAC Dazzle Shadows that I've been in love with lately. They're not part of the Patrick collection, but they are a new release from MAC, and you could just use whatever glitter you want or leave the glitter out, but I think that it would be a nice touch on top of the gold in the center here. This is the gold glittery one called Blinking Brilliant, and I'm just gonna put just a little bit of it in the center of my lid. I think it'll just bring a bit more dimension to the look. And I'm literally just dabbing on a tiny, tiny bit of that straight from the wand. So for the lip, I'm going to use the one that comes in this collection. It's called #Patty Pout. It's described as a deep burgundy. It looks very red to me though. But I do want to line my lips first because, I don't know, I've just been really unable to live without lip liner lately. I know I used to use no lip liner all the time. I don't know, times have changed. I think maybe I'm getting old. So I'm going to start by lining my lips with a MAC Burgundy lip pencil. And now I'm going to go over the entire lip with Patty Pout. And this is the finished look. So after using this kit, I have to say that just like the other 3 seasons that have come out so far, this did not disappoint at all. Everything was appropriately pigmented. All of the shadows are very, very creamy and buttery. They go on very, very evenly. I didn't have any issues blending anything out. I feel like the colors in the quad are well thought out to work together. I like that the champagne gold is definitely warmer than the other tones. It makes it pop more. I like the packaging. I like the price. There was very, very little fallout in the eyeshadow, especially for such dark pigmented shades. And like, I am the worst when it comes to tapping off my brushes. I forget all the time and get fallout all over myself, and I didn't tap them out quite a few times today, and I still didn't really get any fallout at all on my face. They were really, really good shadows. I'm super impressed. As far as the lipstick is concerned, I think this color is stunning for fall. I would categorize this as a true red rather than a burgundy, even with the burgundy liner underneath it. However, it is on the darker side of a true red, so it does still have a little bit of that fall flare to it. Now, as far as the MAC liquid lipstick formula, I personally like it because it's really, really long wearing, but just so you know, if you haven't tried the MAC Retro Matte liquid lipsticks before, they are a very, like, extremely, ooh, how did I just grab my own hair? The formula is extremely, extremely matte, which makes them feel a little bit more on the dry side on your lips. Personally, in this formulation, because it's a more light formula than like a thick, moussey formula, I don't find that I feel it as much on my lips, and it doesn't bother me. Sometimes with very, very matte dry formulas like the Anastasia Beverly Hills formula, things like that, I find them a bit uncomfortable even if they do look really nice. I don't find the MAC ones that uncomfortable, but if you are very sensitive to them being dry and very, very matte on your lips, you might not love it. However, the color and the finish are just velvety and beautiful. And I'm probably gonna wear the hell out of this in the fall because it's just... I honestly think this series of collaborations has been, I don't know if it's over, I'm assuming the 4 seasons were what they were going to do, but honestly, it has been so far one of the best collaborations I've seen. It's very Patrick, it's very well thought out, and so far I don't think I've had like a full-on dud in any of the products that they've sent. And I also think that if you're planning like maybe a fall trip, this is something that you could pack and get a full look out of just this eyeshadow quad without having to necessarily bring other eyeshadows unless you needed like really light tones or something really, really dark. But this definitely stands alone and doesn't really need anything else to get a full look out of it. These are going to be available in North America on September 6th. I will list all the rest of the details about the availability down below in the description as well. Please leave me a comment and let me know what you think. Do you think you're gonna pick these up? Have you been enjoying the Patrick collabs that have been coming out over the last 3 seasons? Do you like these shades? Do you like the lipstick? Would you rather choose the other kit? Whatever your thoughts are on this collection in general, I would love to hear them down below. Please do not forget to leave a like on this video if you don't mind, because it really helps me out and I would super appreciate it. And also, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe because I would love to have you stick around for future videos. It would make my entire ass day. If you fear that you may miss me between now and the next video, please go ahead and follow me on social media. I am at Miss Quinface on every single platform. Specifically, my most used platform is Instagram. I post new looks there all the time. I post more avant-garde editorial type stuff over there as well. Lip art, things like that. And all of my behind the scenes, PR unboxings, polls, question and answers, all sorts of fun stuff like that goes on Instagram stories all the time. So go give me a follow on Instagram. Let me know that you came from YouTube. I think that is all for today. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.